Hey, what's up, folks? How is it going? This is Abhijit here, and welcome to Devops Challenge Hub. So let's start with today's interview question. And today's interview question is on EBS, Elastic Block Storage. Interview questions on EBS Elastic Block Storage. So let's go to Amazon dashboard, and if you go to EC2, you will see that Elastic Block Storage is there down. This you can launch instances, EC2 instances. Here you will find Elastic Block Store. So Elastic Block Store, we have volume snapshots like cycle manager. Volume, we can create volume, there are different actions we can perform. So let's go to the question. What is Amazon EBS and how does it differ from instant store volume? What is Amazon EBS, Elastic Block Store, and how does it differ from instant store volume? So just imagine that EC2 is like your laptop, and laptop you can connect hard drive, right? So whatever data you store, it will be there in the hard drive. So it's like a EBS is like your hard drive, external hard drive. You can plug it, plug out, right? So that is your EBS. An instant storage is like a laptop RAM. It works fast, but when you shut down or restart, all data is gone. So instant storage is like your RAM, and EBS is like your external hard drive. So EBS is durable block storage attached to EC2. Durable block storage attached to EC2. The way you attach your hard drive to your laptop, it's similar concept. Data persists even after the instance stops. Unless you click on delete after termination, then EBS volume also gets destroyed. But if it is a data volume, generally you won't check that box. So data will persist even after the instance stops. So use case use EBS to store important files like databases, documents, and media. Instance stores for temporary files, cache, buffer, or processing intermediate files. So they are the use cases for EBS and instance store. What are the different types of EBS volumes, and when would you use it? What are the different types of EBS volumes? So GP3 is a general SSD, like it's a newer efficient USB. It's like analogy. If you have to compare, it's like your newer efficient USB drive. Use case is default for most workload apps, dev test, general use case. This is just remember, it's not. It's analogy. It's not the exact thing. It's not a USB drive as such, but you can think it as a how you compare. You can visualize that. GP2 is an older general SSD, so still used but being replaced by GP3. Like we have old USB drive and a new high-speed USB drive. IO1 we have speed high-end SSD for gaming and video editing. Similarly, here also they have SSD provisioned SSD. This is a provisioned SSD. High performance DBs like Oracle, MySQL can use IO1, IO2. Then we have SD1. This is high throughput HDD, high disk. It has a log big data streaming workload. Big data streaming workload logs we can keep. And even as a old cheap version archival for archival purpose, infinite access, we can keep it. It's a cold HDD type. So these are the things. So GP3 is the like a commonly used. GP2 is like kind of old one. IO2 for provision SSD high performance DB. SD1 for big log files. SC1 is infrequent access backup archive. So if you go here and try to create a volume, and you'll be able to see that there are different volume types: GP3, GP2, IO1, provisioned IO, SSD, gen purpose, cold HDD, SC1, throughput optimized HDD, SD1, magic standard. So there are different options available, and you can select how many GPs you want. What is the IOPS? The requested number of IO operation per second. How many input output operation per second that volume can support? It is applicable to provisioned IOPS SSD and general purpose SSD GP2 GP3 volume storage. So this is like a 3000 throughput. What is throughput? The throughput performance that volume can support. This is performance measure MB per second. It is applicable to throughput optimized HDD, old HDD, and general purpose SSD volumes only. Throughput volume survey baseline performance of 40 MB per second. So 40 MB of data it can go per second. 40 MB per second per terabyte, while cold HD volume survey baseline performance of 12 MB per TB. So it has a 12 MB per second per TB cold HD. Then you can select the zone, availability zone, and then you can create You can turn on the encryption for this volume. Use Amazon EBS encryption as an encryption solution for your EBS resources associated with your EC2 instance. You can turn it on, right? You can add some key, KMS key if you have. Otherwise, you can use the default one, AWS provided. Or if you have your own key, you can attach that. And tag. You tag for leveling, like you have like 10 volumes, but EBS volumes, out of that, only 2 you want to take backup. So you can tag it, backup, tag, backup prod or something like that, so that it will be regularly backed up and snapshots will be taken. The volume type that you select and tags that you assign determine whether the volume will be backed up by lifecycle data policy, lifecycle for a manager policy. So you can create a policy that this volume should be backed up based on this data, based on tags, volume type, etc. Okay. The next question is, what happens to EBS volume when an EC2 instance is terminated? When EC2 instance is terminated, if you have selected, like in the EC2 instance, delete on termination, then that EBS volume will be disabled, deleted. So data is gone. But if you have unchecked that, if you have not selected that option, so it won't be deleted. So you'll be able to see your volume. Even if you have terminated your EC2 instance, you'll be able to see your volume under EBS store. If you go to your EBS volume section, you'll be able to see that volume. It's there. And if disable, volume persists and can be reattached. You can reattach to another EBS instance. Root volumes often deleted, data volumes usually retained. The only data volumes we generally retain, root volume we say enable on delete on termination. How do EBS snapshots work and what are their benefits? So snapshot is like a photocopy, right? A photocopy of a pen drive and in the cloud storage. So you would just back it up. So for full snapshot is a full copy, and next one is just one page. So just like copying a new page of the book. Snapshot backup of EBS volume to S3. So take the backup and keep it in the S3. Take the backup, keep it into cloud storage. S3 is like your Dropbox, cloud storage. You keep it in the S3 volume. So that is the snapshot. Take the backup and put it into S3. So use for backup, restore, cloning, and AMI creation. If you want to create AMI, if you want to clone it, if you want to restore, for this purpose, you have to use snapshot. Stored in S3 can copy across region. So this is the snapshot, EBS snapshot. How can you encrypt an EBS volume? What happens to its snapshots? As I shown you, that enable encryption at the time of creation. You can use AWS KMS key. If you have your own key, you can use that, or by default AWS key you can use. Snapshot of encrypted volumes are also encrypted. Snapshot is also encrypted. Cannot directly share encrypted snapshots across accounts without permission. This is about encryption and snapshot. How do you monitor EBS performance using CloudWatch? What metrics do you track? So CloudWatch has different metrics like volume read operation, volume write operation, volume throughput, read write bytes per second, volume queue length, pending IO, volume time latency, delays. And we can set alarm for threshold and we can get alert. So this is how we can take the performance using CloudWatch. If it falls below our certain limit or restriction, then we can get some alert and we can take some action. What is the difference between EBS and instance store in terms of durability and persistence? EBS, we know that it's a persistent, durable, survives stops and start. Instance store, it's ephemeral, like a RAM on your laptop. If you reboot, nothing is there, lost on rebooted terminate. EBS replicated across agent for availability. Instance store is not. Instance store is not replicated because it's a ephemeral, it's a temporary storage. Right? And EBS is replicated across availability zone. So in this data center, in this area of the city, it's there, and it's also replicated in the other data center also. So now let's go to the quiz section. Which of the following best describes Amazon EBS? Temporary storage, durable block storage that persists across stop start. The answer would be durable block storage that persists across stop and start. What happens to the data in the instance volumes when an EC2 instance is stopped or terminated? Instance store, it's lost permanently, right? The answer is C. Which EBS volume type is the best for high performance database that require consistent IOPS? Consistent IOPS, we need IO1, IO2. That is option B. That is the best option for high performance database. So that's it for today. Hope you like this video. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And also follow DevOps Challenge Hub on LinkedIn. I post quiz contest daily. You can participate in that. And you can follow WhatsApp channel DevOps Challenge Hub. I post regular updates. Thank you for watching this video and see you again in the next video.